I mean, the mindset that caused the problem can never be the same mentality that will create a solution. You have to change your mind. You have to do things differently. There's something the rich people do that the poor people don't. There are traditions and there are practices that the rich people have in their closets that the poor people have no access to. And so, if you know you are hanging around your friends who are struggling in equal measure than you, then that's exactly the reason why you're going to only gain by age and die in poverty. And I'm serious about it. You have to change the people you hang around with. You have to change your social cycle. I've always told people over and over and over, if you find someone with something that he has, that you don't have, respect those people. Get closer to them. Because there's something they're doing that you're not doing. That's why they have what you don't have. And so even as I talk to you, I like the one fact that all of you are telling me I've been working for, I've been working for, I've been working for, I've been working for, I've been working for. It makes me feel like the only stranger in the room here. Because I've never worked for. I was taught entrepreneurship. I was taught business. I was telling some of you, I think on day one conversation, that I was never taught how to earn. I was taught how to make. And that kind of mindset is totally different. You know, if you're used to every end month, I'm sure, that mentality is very dangerous. It could be a trap. I'm telling you, it could be a trap. Meaning, somebody else has to decide for you. You know, a story is told about one day a farmer who was growing pumpkins, and he could grow large pumpkins and harvest them and take them to the market. The entire city knew him for big pumpkins. One day when he was busy weeding the pumpkins, he went with a young boy, his son, in the shamba. The son was almost 4 or 5 years of age. So he was playing around, and the pumpkins had started flowering. And so this young man took a small jug, right, in like almost a liter by capacity. And when he was playing, he took a flowering pumpkin and placed it in the jug. He continued playing and forgot that I once left a jug, right, a pumpkin inside the jug in the field. And as you know, those pumpkin leaves, the way they grow big and big and big, they covered the jug under there. And so when the harvest time came, the farmer took a few laborers to come and help him, you know, harvesting the big pumpkins and take them to the market. So one laborer came across a pumpkin which had grown and grown and grown, but it could never grow beyond the size of the jug. And so it grew to the capacity, but only occupied and shaped itself like, you know, the figure or the shape of that jug. So it looked unique. And so it called the owner. And so the owner said, oh, I've been looking for this jug like for so many months. I'm sure it's my teddy boy who was playing with it. And so he had to crack the jug because it was glassy so that he can release the pumpkin. Unfortunately, tell your neighbor unfortunately. Tell your neighbor unfortunately. The time to grow to any other level was already over. The pumpkin plant was already growing old. So the pumpkin that was in the glass had no other room to grow beyond its size. And so when he released it from the jug after breaking the jug, it looked unique. And he equally still went with it on the market. But nobody was willing to buy it. Yes, it looked unique, but no one is willing to buy it. Reason being, it doesn't have the shape of the real pumpkin. Are you together? Reason being, it wasn't within the size of the pumpkin. And the one lesson that came out was very clear. Many of us have been locked up into a cycle of friends who look like the jug. We are supposed to be bigger than that size of the family or that size of the social group that we are keeping, that we don't want to let go. But guess what? No wonder we are limited. No wonder our potential is not being realized, because the friends determine not only the size, but the economic shape that you take. I'll repeat. The friends we keep determine the economic shape and the economic size that we acquire. Limited in knowledge. When you lack knowledge, you limit your ability to achieve. And that's why I keep repeating, telling people about this, the law of association. That you become like the people you dominantly spend most of your time with. You've had motivational speakers, of course, many places. And sometimes now, social media, we are making fun of these people. But let me tell you the purpose and the importance of motivation. They awaken the energy in you. All of us have some dormant energy, and this energy needs to be reactivated. It's like having a battery that you do not charge. It has the capacity to light, the capacity to make you see the TV, the capacity to listen to your radio, the capacity to create some energy, but it needs charging or recharging. And so is our energy. We need to be recharged. We need to be recharged. So speakers always say, show me your friends and I'll tell you your character. It's true. Because only birds of the same feathers, our feathers look alike, our shape looks alike, our language looks alike, hang together. Are we together? The friends we keep, they dictate in our opinion. They dictate how we think. They dictate the decisions we do what? We make. Sometimes when you try to make a decision outside their scope of thinking, they call you rebellious. They call you stupid. Oh, jielewi. When fala, ujui. Wacha kujidanganya. I've ever had a conversation of someone thinking beyond what the society thinks and say, one day I'll be, one day I want to. And an elderly person, like the old pumpkin inside the jug, will say, come, babu yako alishindwa, when utaweza? You know, like we are benchmarking ourselves with the failures of the yesterday team. Hii mtaa kuna mkashaifika hiyo kiwango, wacha kujidanganya mtu wangu. Hii ni moto inakusumbua, juu umemaliza shule jana. I get the point. Yeah. Toto hata kimbilia kuoa. Ulizanga some of us. You know, people want to limit you. Are you getting the point? Anataka kuanzia biashara. Kuna biashara ushaifanya ama ni nani wamekumotivate? No. Motivation speaker gani amekuongelesha? We've had this kind of a conversation before. Are you getting the point? And that's why when you try to succeed and try to beat the record of how your uncles, aunties, and who the yesterday people whom you looked upon as your role model, when you try to succeed ahead of them, you are branded names. Sooner or later on, because the yesterday's population was that population where for you to look like you're rich, you must have had a big tummy. You must have been about 45, 50 years of age. Then you are driving a car, then they say you deserve it, at least you are a rich guy. These days, because knowledge is more closer to us, we have young millionaires in early 20s. Are you together? And so branding of the names comes upon. You are being told now you are joining Illuminati, or you are becoming a devil worshipper, or you went to visit Ezekiel pastor to be given your nyota. So many things are being spoken about. Of course, last time we were making jokes on how a Kamba person will tell you, "Aye, Timana, nema yini." You know, like it is not you. There must be something else that contribute towards your success. Is it a crime to succeed early enough? But let me tell you, if you have to make that difference, you have to change your mindset. Success starts by empowering your mind. This body is just a vessel. For you to succeed, You have to change your mindset. And the moment you change your mindset, you realize that the people you're hanging around with are wrong people. Then you all of a sudden realize the person who is coaching you is the wrong person. Then all of a sudden realize the books you've been reading have been a waste of time. Then you even realize the clubs you go to are clubs that pulls you down when you're trying to go up. Then you realize the movies you're watching or the series you're watching on TV is just a waste of time and the burning of the electricity. Everything you're seeing around is someone's product. Don't be the consumer on everything. I mean, the supermarket was not meant that you buy everything that you see on the shelf. No. You only go specifically choosing what is important and urgent. One day I'll teach you.